when I am in my teacher's Google Classroom as a student, it looks like this. Now we're using Mrs. Hagg's first grade as an example, and I'm enrolled as a student. So as a student, what I see on my screen says new assignment, handwriting KK. All right, now I can see it there. I can also click at the bottom on classwork, and I can see it there. I'm gonna click into that assignment, and I can read the directions that Mrs. Hagg has written. So she says, go to the K slide, watch the videos, and click on your work below. So I see the attachments, handwriting Bitmoji. Okay, so as a student, I'm going to click on there. I'm going to go to the K slide, and I'm going to watch the videos. So let's do that. Notice how when I click on the attachment, it opens to the Google slide. It takes a minute, depending on how big that file is. Students could also click the arrow coming out of the box, and they could open it in the actual Google Slides app. I'll try clicking the arrow coming out of the box. There we go. All right, I remember from the directions it says go to the K slide. So I'm gonna make my way down to the K slide. And there it is. And I'm going to watch the K video. I'm watching how the K is made. And now I'm going to return back to classroom. Notice in the upper left corner, it says classroom with an arrow. That is a shortcut for students to get back to their classroom. All right, so now I'm going to click on the KK1 PDF. And this is the assignment that Mrs. Hagg has given me to do now that I know how to write my letter K. So I can do this right on Google Classroom by clicking the pencil button, and that will open up to this screen that gives me some options at the bottom. I can write with the pen, and I can choose different sizes and colors. Students will need to practice this before assigning them an assignment where they would have to use it. I have a marker option, I have a highlighter option. I can also type text, and then there's the eraser. So I'm going to choose the pen. I'm going to choose a size that would allow me to trace the letter K. And Mrs. Hagg said I could use purple, so I'm going to use purple. Now the first thing I'm going to do is write my name. There I go. And now it says trace the lowercase letters, so I'm going to do that. Tracing those lowercase letters. Notice how this may be too thin. You might ask your students to try using a thicker line. All right, now it says write the lowercase letter K several times, just like I was doing above. Now it says trace the uppercase letters. I can do that. We'll pretend I finished all of that, and now I'm ready to turn it in. So I'm gonna press save at the top right corner, save. And I'm gonna watch it load. Okay, the document has been saved, and I'm gonna press close out of that. And when again, what I did is it says your work at the bottom. I click the up arrow, and I can see the edited version right there. I can click it, and I can see my work right there. And now students will press turn in, turn in. There we go. The assignment has been turned in. If I were a teacher in Mrs. Hagg's first grade class, I would see this screen when I'm on my MacBook looking at my Google Classroom, and I would click Classwork at the top. When I click Classwork at the top, I'm able to see an overview of my topics and the assignments that I have in those topics. So for writing, I can see the assignment, handwriting KK, and I'm going to click into that assignment. I see my directions, I see the attachments, and I can see that I assigned 15 and I have 1 turned in. Okay, I'm interested to see which student turned it in, so I'm going to click on that. Garrett. All right, so I can see that Garrett turned it in. It also shows that over here on the side. So as students turn in their assignments, they move from assigned to turned in, and you see that right here. Now I can click into Garrett's work, and it gives me the preview of what he did. Now I can leave comments for Garrett. Oh, I should spell his name right. Okay, and now I'm going to press post. And now Garrett can see this comment, this feedback, and that's what's important with Google Classroom. Because we're not grading the assignment directly into Google Classroom, we're putting the grade into Infinite Campus, our students might not see that grade right away, and we want to give them feedback. So this is a quick way for them and their families to get feedback from us. As a side note, you can also create a comment bank. So if you feel like you're sharing the same feedback over and over again, you can add it to your bank, and it's there for you to grab quickly and easily for each student or the students that require that specific comment. All right, then you can toggle between students by pressing these arrows to see if they've turned work in. You can also drop down here and you can look to see if students have turned in or not. Okay. That is the teacher view of the assignments.